In this video I'm going to run through how we find and how we locate a point on a cone in elevation and plan. I'm going to use two separate methods. So the two methods I'm going to use are the generator method and the horizontal section method. I'm going to start with the generator method. The first thing we need to do is locate our point in either elevation or in plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a point here, point P, in elevation. So the next step, I'm going to write this down. Step 1, locate point in elevation or plan. So what I'm going to do now is to use the generator method. I'm going to join from the apex through point P to hit the XY line. Go to mark that in green. So this is what we call the generator. A generator in a cone is a line that goes from the apex to the base, and when we use a generator we're able to project this to plan to find any point along that generator. So we know that this is on the XY line, this point. So we also know that when we look in plan that what we see, this circle we see, is also the base of the cone. So that means that this line intersects the base. So we can bring that down and join again from our apex out to this point. So now we know that our point lies somewhere along this generator in plan. So what are the next steps we did after we located our point? We joined our apex to the base through our point. Point P, and I'm going to call this our generator. We then projected the point on the base down to plan. Project the intersection of the generator and the base. Then we joined the apex in plan to the intersection of the projection and our plan. Now, just a point I used down here because we know that this point is on the front of the cone. If we couldn't see this point, if it was on the back of the cone, we would have drew our generator here. That's just a point we want to make sure of. So now once we have our generator in plan, we have one more step to make, and that is to bring down, to project our point in elevation to plan, because they will remain vertical. So now we know that where this point, this projection cuts our generator in plan is our point P in plan. So project point P from elevation to cut generator in plan. Just a quick note, this could have been done if I had my point in plan also, and we were looking to find it in the elevation. I would have joined my center out through my plan, brought up my projection rather than down, joined my apex back down to my projection point, and then brought up my point P, and this would give me the exact same answer. Okay, now we're going to look at the second method. This method is using horizontal sections. So in last week's principle sheet we looked at sections of solids. So the most basic type of section is a horizontal section. So this is a section that is parallel to the XY line, and for this what we're going to do is we're going to cut this cone at the point of where we see the point. So I'm going to again locate my point. I'm going to put my point down here close to the edge. So step one. My next step will be to draw a horizontal section through this point. So how do I do that? I'll draw a line parallel to my XY line through point P. This is a horizontal cutting plane. So now I can see that this point, the horizontal section that it goes through, if we cut off the top of this, our circle would have a diameter from the two intersections of the cutting plane with the cone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my center line in plan, and I'm going to project down these points. So I'm going to horizontal cutting plane. It's a horizontal cutting plane in elevation. through point P. Okay. The next thing we want to do is project we want to find this radius. So we want to project where it cuts the side of our cone down. So this cuts here. I'm going to put this in orange so it can be seen. I'm going to get my compass. So we said that no matter where we cut a cone, our plan will always be a circle. So that means if I extend this, what I'm going to draw now is what that section will look where the cutting plane has cut the cone. This is what we'll see. So now we know that our point P lies on this somewhere because it is on the surface of the cone. So to find this, and we know that our point again is on the front of our cone because it isn't hidden detail, it's there. So that means it's going to be in the bottom half of our plan. So I'm going to just highlight the cutting plane. And I'm going to do the same in plan. This is our horizontal. I'm going to say cutting or section plane. And I'm going to call it HCP. Then down here is going to be our HCP. So again, our last step now is to project our point P. So it wants to come down vertical again to touch that cutting plane. Now we have the position of point P in plan. So if I wanted to do this, if I had my point in plan, I would have joined my P to my center to get my radius. I would have got my compass and drawn my section plane. And once I got this point of intersection here, I would have projected it up and drew my horizontal cutting plane in elevation. I then would have projected up my point P and I would have got the same answer. So to finish our method now, we've drawn our horizontal cutting plane through point P. Next thing we want to do is project the HCP to plan. And draw. I'm going to just say circle, because horizontal cutting plane will always be a circle in a cone. Then what we want to do is project point P to cut the horizontal cutting plane in plan. So these are our two methods. My preference would be to use the generator method, but that's just a personal preference. There's very rarely a time you need to use one rather than the other. It's mainly down to a personal preference. Thank you.